Okay, the first thing that we need to look at is for the 4.1 exercise enhancement. All I wanted to do was add the edit button and a feature to update the database. So it was easy enough to go to the index page, find the section, add in the column right here, and then the edit button itself is really pretty, it's really powerful. The job we want the edit button to do is we want it to grab that selected row that we're on, and we want it to take it with it and take it to the form so that we can fill it out. It'll already be populated. It'll also have the category ID that we're in. So what we're going to do is we're going to tell it form action, and this is where we're sending the item, the values to. We're going to post them available to the edit product form. We're going to have a hidden product ID, and we're going to have a hidden category ID. The product ID is going to tell it exactly what row we're on. The category ID is going to tell the drop-down list to display the selected category. So we're going to have, it's a submit button, edit. Okay, so let's hit edit. And it worked. We're in the guitars category, and that's the one it worked. That's when it's selected. Here's all of our fields. And then we select this and we say 99. And sure enough, it's 99 now. Alright, so let's go back and let's just start all over and let's look at how it worked, how it went through each step to get there. Alright, so started out, it had, just like I said, the edit button is holding the values. So it's editing, it's sending them to edit product form. So let's look at edit product form. So the form itself, we go up here to the top, we see the first thing it does, it requires a database connection, of course, and then it gets the values that were posted from the edit button. It gets the product ID, that's actually the selected row. And then it gets the category ID for the drop-down list. Alright, and then it's going to get the selected category display in the drop-down list. Here it is. It did a select query where category ID matches that number that we just brought in. And then we're going to have an array named categories that's going to have all the names in it with that category ID. And then we're going to get the selected row values using the product ID. So here's our select statement where product ID matches this product ID. Now you notice that this one has colon and this one has a $sign. This actually is coming from, and I think this is something that a lot of people didn't understand, was the name of the value is going to be what gets sent. So if you name it product_ID in your form or in your button, then when it goes to the next, when PHP takes that value, it's going to store it in the same name, but it's going to add a $sign to the front. Now when you try to use it in a query, you're going to have to take the $sign and replace it with a colon. Okay, that's just the way PHP works. It recognizes what you're talking about. Alright, so we're going to get that. We're going to have categories in an array. We're going to use that later. And then we're going to get the selected row values using that product ID that we just got from that selected row of the edit button. Okay, so now we've got an array named products. We're sitting right here. Alright, so let's go down to the form. So the first thing on our edit product form is going to be the category displayed inside of the drop-down list. So the drop-down list is named category ID so that that value goes right there. And then it says for each categories, that's on our array, as category, individual elements, the option value is based on the category ID, echo the corresponding name. Okay, so that's just how easy it is. And then we're going to end our for each right here. We're going to start another one. We're going to do products, the one that we got up here, products, that got our where product ID. We're going to say products as product, and then we're going to hidden product ID is going to be here, category ID, product code, product name, list price is going to echo out. Now when we submit this one, we told the top that the form action was edit product PHP post. So we're going to make these values available to the edit product PHP page. Let's go look at that one. Alright, so the first thing this page does is it says, okay, let's get the product data from the edit form. So it gets the category ID, code name, list price, and ID that you entered into the text box. And it's going to take those and put them into variables. It's going to get the values for the category name for confirmation page only. So don't worry about this right now. I'll show you what that means. And then validate the inputs. Then we're going to run an update statement using all those variables. We're going to set our category ID, and you'll notice the name changed again. We went from colon, $sign, underscores. This one is actually the column name. If you look inside of phpMyAdmin, and this is the category ID, product code, these are the column names. So that is binding the column name to the variable. Then it runs through, it executes it, display the product list page, and that's just what it does. So let's run through it again. So we start off on the index page. We hit the edit button. Edit button got our value. Let's go to a different one just so we can show it works. Let's go to drums and let's edit the Ludwig. Alright, so I got drums. Got my Ludwig. Now let's change the price to $700. And it updates it. $700 our new price. This is the confirmation I was talking about. Successfully edited, product, drum. Just something I added in to be fancy. Don't worry about that at all. But I want you to understand that this is where the actual values get passed. In the name, if you name it product ID, the variable will hold the product ID. And it passes it on to delete product PHP. So let's look at that. If you hit the delete button right here, let's delete this one. What it just did was it got the product ID from that row, and it got the category ID, which is the primary key, and it deleted the product from the database. It finished it, success, and display the product list page, which this is the product list page of the selected category. So that just kind of walks through how things get, and I want to also point out product ID, input post, because remember the other form of the edit form was actually posting it too. This is input post, so it gets it. Okay, so that kind of just runs through. Hope this helped out a little bit. Let me know if I didn't explain something okay, or if you want to have another question. Thanks a lot. Okay, bye.